2v2 on Road to Kharkov. We've got Aleks and Bormann playing as mixed Axis in the north versus Mop and Bucket, and part man, part skeleton playing as mixed allies in the south. We've got some pretty early commander picks from the allies: Shock Rifle and Armor Company. Axis have Luftwaffe, Breakthrough, Spec Ops, Mechanized Assault, Jaeger Armor, and Lightning War. I'm really proud of myself for getting all 6 of those without checking. I'm slowly learning. Interesting opening from part man, part skeleton. 3 rear echelon troops in a 2v2 on this map seems pretty weak. Plus he's throwing up a fuel cache really early. Not sure how that's gonna go. I really don't see him taking much territory with that opening. Meanwhile, Soviet player struggling a little bit on the south cutoff. Sturm Pioneers delaying the capture a little bit. They're going to be forced to retreat though. They are suppressed by Maxim fire from the back. Volksgrenadiers in green cover will probably be forced to retreat by conscripts making their way to the front lines as well. Over here on the right side, a squad of rear echelon troops has already been wiped by grenadier fire, apparently. We do have 1 rifle squad making its way to the front lines, and they will halt capture of this munitions point and force a retreat from these grenadiers. More rear echelon troops are going to be fielded, and Maxim is firing on the grenadiers here on this strategic point, and conscripts are finally moving up to take control of this cutoff. The fact that the allies let their fuel get cut off for 3 full minutes is very much delaying early vehicles. Part man, part skeleton does not even have the fuel to grab a lieutenant yet. Although this fuel cache has helped a little, and the cutoff is being restored by the Soviets now, and the Allies are executing a cutoff maneuver of their own here. Rear echelon troops managed to make it to that cutoff to harass it, and riflemen somehow managed to make it to this fuel as well. Auxerre player needs to step up his game a little bit, getting pushed back by rear echelon troops.
Keep it up! Don't give up! Heavy MG! Spread out!
Rear echelon troops managed to convince that machine gun to reposition, but Sturm Pioneers will put it into this easily. Conscripts set up in green cover, trying to engage here against grenadiers in the cutoff. Ooh, nice play by that Maxim, actually gets some AoE suppression. That's something you don't see every day. Suppressing both of those grenadier squads and the Sturm Pioneers here. The cutoff has been restored, but the fuel point's been lost. Fortunately, nice harassment over here by the Axis will actually shut down Allied fuel income in the south, but they're not going to be able to take control of the point with a Maxim defending. I don't think. He should probably retreat that squad. He's going to lose that if he leaves that pinned in front of the Maxim for too long. Mortar fire on these 2 squads of conscripts forces 1 squad to retreat. The 2nd squad's going to be next, taking heavy machine gun fire, and a battle group headquarters has been constructed here by the cutoff to try and maintain control, but riflemen and rear echelon troops are going to cut off this sector again.
Standing by for setting of command post.
And apparently the Maxim down here is gonna die, thanks to a supporting squad of Volksgrenadiers that made its way up to the front. I don't know why he repositioned into this building. I wasn't really watching the engagement, but he definitely should have won it. I don't know how this is happening. Looks like he might still win it, honestly. But it looks like, no, he is now leaving the building and retreating. I think he could have won this engagement. Oh well, fuel's going to fall to the Axis as a result of that Maxim's failure to hold the line. And the American player looks like he's finally going to get forced off of the cutoff as well. All of his troops will be forced to retreat here. The Axis forces will retake control of the strategic point. Ooh, overextension by that Shrek. Hands it right over to the Soviets. They get a free Panzer Shrek, which he should probably pick up. Or not, whatever, no big deal.
The enemy is in close encroaching on our territory.
And Soviets will regain control of the South Territories. Meanwhile, here in the north,
Orders incoming.
no assault engineers. Like, you kind of expect assault engineers to get fielded when somebody picks armor company immediately, but he's making the 3 rear echelon troops opening work. He's still got control of the fuel point up here, fighting position set up on the munitions point as well to shut down the next Axis charge. These mortars should be able to clean up that fighting position pretty easily once they spot it. For now, riflemen simply going to defend in yellow cover, and freshly reinforced troops are making their way back out of the US base to try to continue to defend this fuel. Soviet player, meanwhile, retaking control of the fuel and munitions here in the south, and will start to contest the left side victory point. Ooh, nice grenade. Very nice. Very clean wipe right there. Pops the flamethrower. All combat engineers wiped. New fuel cache going up right there as well, and Volksgrenadiers will take control of that point. Osterter mortars inflicting pretty heavy damage to that rifle squad. It has to retreat. Depending on how mortars land during this engagement, it could go either way. Looks like it's going to the US player though. That squad has to retreat pretty quickly. There's a pretty good mortar hit, but it's on the rear echelons rather than the riflemen. They'll retreat immediately. Flamethrower moving up to support. Ooh, that was a friendly fire hit. He retreats anyway though. I think he kind of maybe had that engagement depending again on how mortars landed, but he will lose control of that fuel point, and the Soviet player has successfully taken control of everything here on the left side thanks to his decision to field these shock troops. 4 kills already, and he's completely pushed the OKW player off the map. Tier 4 structure going up here. Once Obersoldaten start hitting the field, they will probably be able to get some territory back themselves. Volley fire from rear echelon troops over here will suppress those rifle or pioneers, flamethrower pioneers. No lucky mortars. He needs to move into the capture circle though to capitalize on the fact that they're suppressed. Didn't close into short range. Looks like he's going to lose the engagement and control of that fuel. Once the squad is suppressed, you should just get into point blank range. Kill it. Stewart on the field from part man, part skeleton, making his way up to the front lines. He's put rear echelon troops inside, and vehicle crews trailing behind and upgrading with Thompsons. Look at this cute little maneuver. You never see anybody do this, but I like it. He's utilizing his Stewart as green cover, moved that Stewart up and angled it sideways so that his vehicle crew would have green cover in that engagement. Ooh. Mortars are applying a lot of pressure though. Ooh, these mortars are doing a lot of work. They're almost single-handedly winning engagements over here on the right side and doing what they can to preserve Axis fuel. No lucky wipes, but he's going to retreat immediately, not wanting to take the chance. Stewart will pull back for repairs as well. The Tier 4 structure here will be more than enough to prevent that Stewart from making an aggressive push and clearing out those mortars. Shock troops are more than enough to shut down this harassment attempt at the cutoff. They're all going to make their way back to the battle group headquarters, and a first squad of Obersoldaten is on the field and here at the victory point. Should be able to defend that against a decent amount of infantry. Stewart's being repaired over here by rear echelon troops, and the captain will retake control of that fuel point. The mortars have stopped firing for a little while, giving him an opportunity to get that point under control, but a flamethrower squad is making its way back into this building, trying to re-secure control of that. Axis have had terrible fuel control this game, but their victory point control seems to be pretty solid, keeping the clock under their control for now. Shock troops move up for a grenade. Good dodge though. And they should get gunned down by these Obersoldaten, making their way to the front line to assist. Soviet mortar nails one of those Obers, but shock troops have been forced to retreat. Conscripts will be next. There's a Maxim available, however, over here to support in this engagement, and those Obersoldaten will be forced to retreat. 2 Maxims, in fact, will be more than enough to shut down this push, and all Axis infantry will be forced off the field, potentially wiping that. Nope. Gets to safety just in time. And Riflemen moving up will take control of the left side victory point. Smoke being deployed on the fuel here in the north. By something. By this mortar, I guess. We'll screen for these flamethrower pioneers trying to get the territory under control, and this fighting position is finally getting taken out by a AT gun. Stewart needs to receive some repairs there on the strategic point, and these squads of grenadiers making their way across the right side will finally retake control of the right side munitions. Over here on the left, Oberkommando West player is just blobbing into machine gun fire. Seems to be getting the job done though. Maxim will be forced to retreat. This Maxim is going to set up on the left side, but if it doesn't retreat right now, not exactly a great chance of it surviving. Soviet mortar gets a really big hit on that grenadier squad, Volksgrenadier squad, and needs to get out of there. And this Maxim will get laser beamed down by Obers easily. They laugh in the face of machine guns. Another big hit by that Soviet mortar though. Really nice. A lot of kills on that mortar during this push. So this blob counter didn't work, but this one did. Stewart fires at those Obersoldaten, and they will be forced to reposition ever so slightly. Oh, he actually did find that Panzerschreck on the ground, apparently. Shock troops pick it up on their way back to the front line. Oster mortars doing good work. Both sides making great use of their mortars this game. Major gets the strategic point under control before being forced to retreat. Apparently a vehicle crew. Thank you for your donation, Blue Wolf, but I'm not gonna lower the quality. I know it lags. There's really not anything I can do about that. I'm sorry. But yeah, vehicle crew managed to take out some Obersoldaten over here on the left side, which is impressive. You don't see that every day, thanks to their Thompson upgrade. Shock troops with their Panzerschreck in this building are actually doing pretty significant damage to that flak.
We have lost a peg gun.
And smoke barrage being deployed on this anti-tank gun is going to prevent it from firing on the Schwer without using attack ground. Nice usage of the smoke barrage right there. Flank by the Oberkommando West is going to wipe that Maxim easily. Threaten to also wipe that field gun. Fortunately, T-34 making its way through the north will prompt a full retreat to avoid getting crushed. Shock troops in the building. Oh no, they just got wiped. Too much firepower on the building itself and it collapses. Panzerschreck will fall. And the T-34 is going to be forced away from this engagement as well for some hasty repairs. A Scott has been deployed, also crewed with rear echelon troops, giving him access to 2 Thompson vehicle crew squads. There's a lot of munitions being spent on those vehicle crews. Combined, they have 2 kills, both Obers though. So I guess that's something. Soviet mortar bombarding this blob. He really needs to not blob like this. He's now under Scott and mortar fire. He's just asking for it. Oh my God! Look at this clump. Ooh, that was close. There goes one full squad. Stewart moving up to whittle it down as well. And this fresh T-34 shouldn't be able to move up to crush and force another full retreat. If he just clumps into this much stuff, his squads are not going to last. Just asking for it, big time. Incendiary artillery being dropped in this area. Will break up the infantry formations a little bit. Minor manpower bleed, but nothing too serious.
A mortar team has been killed.
And T-34s are receiving some repairs here in the back. Part man, part skeleton could like help his teammate out a little bit with those vehicle crews. Boost the repair speed on those T-34s.
Rounds complete. Breach quick. A capture point is under attack.
They're not really doing all that much here on the front line anyway. Not yet anyway. Here comes an... Come on, split your forces up a little. A little. Look at this blob. Scott gets a huge hit on that clump. Stewart dealing some damage. Stewart will be forced to... Scott gets another huge hit though. Stewart's trying to get to safety, just a little bit stuck. He's already being forced to make a full retreat though because of how much damage he's taking from one Scott. And a bulldozer just got fielded by part man, part skeleton here. He did go captain tier, so he has access to AT guns if necessary. Don't believe he's fielded any yet though. And he is not... Oh, he has fielded a major. He has a major. But he's going with the Colin tanks rather than the standard Sherman. At least for now. Stewart is up to... Really? 21 kills? I don't know how many kills those rear echelons got outside this tank, to be fair. That Stewart's doing good work. Rear echelons in this Scott are up to 12 as well. Ooh, getting some nice hits on those repairing... on those repairing squads there on the tier 4 structure. Field gun making its way to the front line. One vehicle crew forced to retreat by the blob once again, making its way back to the front line with a bulldozer. Scott, T-34, Stewart. This is going to get shut down easily. I like how it's pushing corpses out of the way. That's pretty macabre. What if it like smeared blood and guts all over the ground? That would be both awesome and disturbing. Maybe in COH3. Bulldozer should be able to clear up everything here on the left side. And there goes that stolen Maxim. No attempt by the Allies in a long time to retake control of the right side. They're clearly trying to brute force their way up this corridor. It's kind of working. They're inflicting massive manpower bleed on their opponent and applying so much pressure to this this tier 4 structure. If this goes down, the Axis will not be able to field a Panther. He's got the fuel almost. So close, but he has no manpower because he's just been blobbing into so much enemy stuff. Is that major artillery? Yes. I will, without fail, always scold people for utilizing major artillery. Just don't. Click a different button. Click a different button. Don't spend your munitions on that. You worked hard for that munitions. Don't just throw it away. Bulldozer gets taken out by 2 anti-tank guns there. Nice positioning on those anti-tank guns to shut down that armored push. The Scott and Stewart will pull back to a more safe location. T-34 is available here as well. Stewart and Scott continue to bleed these advancing infantry so hard. They're both probably going to hit Vet 3 soon. 22 kills on the Stewart, 23 on the Scott. Scott's starting to overtake the Stewart because of its bigger AoE and range. Ooh, that was a big Scott hit though. Wipes that Grenadier squad with KV-8 support. That Grenadier squad has to retreat too. Should be able to get away though. KV-8 with the damaged engine can't get too aggressive into those AT guns, but incendiary artillery coming down should be able to force those to reposition or clear them. Tiger rolling on the field from the Osterre player, making its way to the front lines. Still floating quite a bit of manpower though. She should probably utilize to either field new AT guns or try and get those recrewed, as well as this mortar. Bit of a harassment attempt on the right side though. by the steward and captain. Redeployed that from the left side over to the right to try and get that under control. We do have a M10 on the field, again crewed with rear echelon troops so that the vehicle crew could equip itself with Thompsons, making its way to the front lines. It's about to charge straight into a Maxim, and Overs, though, don't see this push going very well. One squad wiped. And then prompted to retreat. The M10 is destroyed by the Tiger without taking damage. This T-34 also taken out by the Tiger and supporting AT gun there. Shock troops making their way behind the smoke screen will clear the AT gun, but this Tiger doesn't have a whole lot to contend with it right now. Takes light damage from a field gun and T-34. Ooh, Stewart on the flank might go with the shell shock here. No shell shock's just gonna die then. Definitely should have used shell shock. Not sure what the objective was there, other than to suicide a Stewart, but alright, Stewart's dead. Pack howitser's been fielded. Pretty smart decision, I would say, against somebody that's just gonna clump his infantry all day long. Why not? Punish him for it. Laying some fire on anti-tank gun right there, and with the KV-8 moving up to provide vision, might be able to get some good hits off on the battlefield headquarters, but the Tiger here should be able to push that KV-8 away easily enough. And these squads are going to continue bleeding manpower here on the battle group headquarters. He's got to get those reinforced, heal up the Tiger. He doesn't have that much infantry right now. The infantry he does have has a lot of veterancy. Ooh, that was close. Ouch. Getting bled every time he even tries to advance. No hope. More artillery falling in this area. RNG bombs. Oh, that just nailed that squad of Obersoldaten. Pretty good opening shell. They really need to get away from the area of effect of this artillery. What are they doing just standing here? Oh, that was close. Folks Grenadiers will recover that MG-34 if he spots it. It's kind of hidden behind the trees with that camera angle. Why is he walking right into this artillery? Is that another squad? No, those were just the medics. Like, do they even realize this is happening? I feel like this artillery should make a louder noise or something. Oh, God. I feel like both players didn't even realize that this was coming down. It's like ninja artillery. Pretty good strike. Takes out a full squad of... full squad of Pyos, almost a full squad of Sturm Pyos, clears the Maxim, and a full squad of Overs. So, definitely got a good return on that investment. Allied forces are trying to take control of the right side here. Vehicle crew will be forced to retreat by this Tiger, making its way to the front lines. There is a Jackson on the field, however, to assist. Nice use of the Scott as well to support against those infantry, but the Tiger is going to chase that captain away and wipe it on retreat. Over here, though, this KV-8 is wreaking havoc. There is one anti-tank gun available to screen, but other than that, not much. And these infantry moving up in this tight clump are just begging to get flame critted to death. T-34 moving up as well, and incendiary artillery will force all infantry formations away. The KV-8 is taking heavy damage from that anti-tank gun, though. It needs to get to safety. T-34 applying some light pressure to the Tier 4 structure itself. Threatens to destroy it. It's only one hit from being destroyed. 2 hits. There it is. Stolen AT gun, field gun, IS-2, and T-34 will be more than enough. And finally, That tier 4 structure goes down. With that cleared out of the way, it should become much easier to take control of this center victory point. T-34 just got abandoned though. That Tiger's getting way aggressive in the face of a pack and a field gun. Huge burst of damage. Oh, and the Jackson moves up to seal the deal. Not a good decision by that Tiger to expose itself. Didn't even have full health for that engagement. Jackson takes a bit of damage from those advancing Volksgrenadiers, but that Scott is continuing to bleed them hard. 41 kills on that Scott. Packhauser finishes that squad off. It's only got 5 kills, but if you can get a squad wipe, that's a squad wipe. It's one less Panzerschreck on the field. With this smoke screen, it's kind of difficult for the Scott to continue firing. Grenades going out on the Packhauser will clear it. Conscripts are going to delay capture of this victory point, however, and the victory points are still quite even, 350 to 325. Scott should be able to force that Volksgrenadier squad to retreat, however. Meanwhile, vehicle crews are advancing to try to clear an anti-tank gun here. At this range, they're not going to do all that much, though, and if they try and close the distance, they'll probably just be forced to retreat. Rifleman taking control of the center VP will retreat from a fresh Tiger. Hopefully this one will have a bit more of an impact than the last one did.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Did that T-34 get blown up or recrewed? It got recrewed. Somehow the Allies managed to recover that thing and bring it back here down to the south. Good job. Thought that thing was done for sure. Incendiary artillery clears out an anti-tank gun on this position, and the right side is now almost completely undefended except for by this one machine gun. If the Allies were to do a little bit of light harassment over there and spread the Axis even more thinly than they already are, pretty decent chance that they could get a triple cap going. The Tiger is the only really threatening thing left on the field, and once this IS-2 is repaired, should be able to manage that threat quite well with Jackson's support. Meanwhile, Aleks has purchased a Königstiger. So once that Königstiger hits the field, it will be a little more difficult for the Allies over here on the left side. But again, with that Jackson on the field, Jackson and IS-2 should be able to handle Tiger and King Tiger as long as they can stay at range, keep the IS-2 in the front, soak up most of the damage. Tiger drives right into a field gun, takes a little damage, and a pack. Really cannot keep driving that thing straight into those anti-tank weapons. King Tiger's on the field and is making its way to the front lines. Tiger will be forced back. Assault Grenadiers charging into this Thompson-equipped vehicle crew. Vehicle crew takes out one model on the approach. Ooh. Looks like they're gonna wipe that squad. Wow! A vehicle crew just got a squad wipe. That's the first time I've ever seen that, I think, in my life. Like solo, one-on-one. Like, Assault Grenadiers are probably the only other squad that is like gonna happen to. But go vehicle crew. Tiger moves up and gets a crew shock on the Vet 2 KV-8 here. It's taking heavy damage from that pack, but incendiary artillery falls to try and clear it out. King Tiger behind the KV-8 will be able to destroy it. Panzer Grenadier support. And the Tiger is pulling back for some repairs. Jacksons are going to pull back as well.
We are losing a sector.
Bundle grenade on those riflemen takes out 2, but they should be able to win against this squad as long as no Panzerschrecks connect, I think. And I'll retreat anyway, just to be safe. I don't blame him, to be honest. I've lost so many rifles to Panzerschreck shots. King Tiger's making its way up the left side. It's up 4 kills, including a KV-8. 5 kills. There's a lot of AT over here, though. This is not an engagement he's likely to win. T-34 goes in for the crush on those Volksgrenadiers. Takes a hit from the King Tiger, but it's racking up a lot of kills here. Will force retreats from both of those infantry squads before being destroyed by an AT gun shot there, but the King Tiger takes a huge, huge amount of damage from 2 anti-tank guns and 2 Jacksons. And now will be forced completely off the field for repairs. Aleks has barely any troops left at all. Now needs to repair this King Tiger with this squad of Sturm Pioneers. Other than those 2 units, has only an MG-30, or no, a Maxim, and these Volksgrenadiers. But still, the Allies can't seem to get victory point control. Really need to see some harassment over here on the right side. It's so undefended. Just 1 machine gun. Vehicle crews move up into short range with their Thompsons. They do get gunned down, however, by those Grenadiers. More vehicle crews trying to advance. A Major also making his way to the front line, trying to get control of that center victory point. The Maxim's going to redeploy back towards the cutoff, apparently. Then retreat. Volksgrenadiers will delay capture in the center, walking into the capture circle. Rifle grenade from those Grenadiers prompts a retreat from the Major. Center victory point remains in Axis control, and this IS-2 will disengage, but a second IS-2 is on the field once this rolls up. With Jackson support, it should easily be able to take on a King Tiger and a Tiger. That shouldn't be too difficult. And these 2 squads are going to make their way up the right side and get control of the strategic point. Force those Volksgrenadiers to retreat. King Tiger just looking for opportunities over here. It's trying to be a little bit more careful. Just trying to defend this victory point, I guess, because he doesn't want to get brought really low by a sustained Jackson fire. There's 3 Jacksons over here on the left side now. A lot of vehicle crews with Thompsons, too. Pretty sure all his vehicles are crewed by rear echelon troops. Oh, not that one. Okay. Several of them, though. That Jackson didn't last long. All Jackson shots miss or bounce. That King Tiger, it's still at full health, but 2 IS-2s moving up from this flank, if properly supported by these Jacksons, could be a serious threat. 1 dropped down to half health very quickly, though, by some good penetrations from the Tiger and King Tiger. Jacksons are not able to get into position to fire on these heavy tanks, and they're going to disengage as well. That IS-2 will definitely need to pull back for some repairs. This Scot is up to 45 kills, though, and the right side has fallen to vehicle crews, conscripts, rear echelon troops, various harassing forces trying to start the clock ticking against the Axis again. But the victory points are still dead even, 300 to 300. These 2 squads will get control of these territories.
Quiet. Transmission incoming.
And the King Tiger has moved up to defend the victory point, but the Allies are taking total control of the right side. And the Axis are still operating on a pretty small army. There aren't even any Obersoldaten left on the field. Unless you count these Ober-Pioneers. Which maybe you should, because they're clearly getting the job done against that mortar. King Tiger moving up into 2 Jacksons, an AT gun, and 2 IS-2s. That is almost suicidal. Look at this damage it's taking. Has to activate Blitz just to get to safety. Smoke grenade thrown on the point will stop this Maxim from suppressing those shock troops, and they should be able to move up take control of that point. Looks like we're going to see a big push here by the Jacksons with IS-2 support. I don't know for sure if the Axis can hold this off. Target weak point from the AT gun. Stuns one of the IS-2s. Jackson's falling a little low. They're probably going to want to back off. They got a little too close there. That one doesn't get clear. The AT gun takes it out at range. The IS-2s still have plenty of health to work with, but incendiary artillery here and armor company artillery falling in this area clears out that AT gun. Threatens to... I don't know exactly where that artillery was centered, but it could land anywhere in this area, honestly. Okay, that didn't do anything, but I would still be careful about repairing anywhere near that artillery. It has a huge radius. What was that? Oh, the Scot just died. Oh no! Oh no, that Scot was a hero. Dies to an AT gun so unceremoniously. Last shell takes out the AT gun. That artillery didn't seem like it was as good as his last one, but still got something. Folks Grenadiers take control of the... Was that a Jackson shot? Wow! Jackson shot just nailed that full squad of Folks Grenadiers. I've never seen that happen before. That was pretty impressive. Giant vehicle crew blob of all things makes its way up the right side and will force a retreat from the all-Axis infantry over here. Apparently, even vehicle crews can hit a critical mass. Late retreat on that Grenadier squad, and it does get wiped. And should be able to get control of all territory over here on the right side. And another Tiger is going to get fielded from Bormann. Keeps getting crew shocked. He activated Blitz, but it runs out before he can even move. He's gonna get stun locked to death. That's what he gets, though. Driving a King Tiger right in, right into two IS-2s and however many Jacksons are over here. The pack. Oh, I think target weak point. Yeah, he used target weak point. That also helps, of course. This Tiger being equally suicidal gets popped like a balloon. Incendiary artillery clearing out anti-tank guns again. And the Axis don't really have anything left. I don't know why Aleks hasn't spent any resources for the last, like, 8 minutes. But okay. Fresh Tiger does take out one Jackson, probably both, in fact. Ooh, main gun destroyed. That was lucky. It's probably gonna die anyway, though. Pack howitzer shot, though. There it goes. Two IS-2s behind this Tiger are a significant threat. Everything here has been cleaned up. That Tiger's probably not going to get away, honestly. Crew shock on that one will prevent it from chasing temporarily. This IS-2 should easily be able to seal the deal. I think. There it goes. All heavy armor has been cleaned off the field. Aleks has 2,000 manpower. Don't know what he's doing. Usually if you completely stop making units, things go poorly. I don't know what that means in any language. I'm sure it means good game, well played. I don't understand. Well, good game. Interesting use of vehicle crews. I'm just out of curiosity. Let's see if all the vehicle crews combined managed to rack up a significant amount of kills. 4, 8, 11, 22. So all vehicle crews combined managed almost half the kills of one Scot. That's 400 munitions well spent. Alright, good game. Allies win.